Are you sure you truly understand how your dog shows affection when they follow you into the bedroom and insist on climbing onto your bed every single night? We usually just smile and think that it is simply because our human mattress is so much softer and warmer than their tiny bed. But the truth is, behind that simple act of curling up right next to you, there is a psychological message that is incredibly deep and complex. When we forcefully push our dogs off the bed or shoo them away because we think they are just being naughty and taking up our space, it does not just confuse them. Over time, this kind of harsh rejection actually shatters the primal trust and the deep sense of security that they are desperately seeking from you. Misunderstanding exactly why your dog wants to sleep with you is basically like slamming a door right in the face of someone who is just looking for a safe shelter. In today's video, we are going to decode the 6 true meanings behind why your furry best friend chooses you as their sleep soulmate, all backed by highly reputable scientific research. Please make sure to watch until the very end, because reason number 6 will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about canine instincts. It will honestly bring tears to your eyes when you finally realize exactly what they have been sacrificing, just to be able to close their eyes right next to you. 1. You are the pack leader who provides absolute safety. Have you ever wondered why, even if you buy your dog the most expensive and softest beds, they still completely ignore them just to curl up in a tiny, cramped corner of your bed? We usually think they just want physical comfort, but for dogs, a feeling of absolute safety is always placed way above luxury. Dogs carry a very strong pack instinct inside them. A behavioral psychology study from Carroll University in 2019 proved something amazing. Dogs who are allowed to sleep with their owners have stress hormone levels up to 20% lower than dogs who have to sleep completely alone in another room. In the wild, sleep is the exact moment when an animal is at its absolute weakest and most vulnerable to an attack. The fact that your dog chooses to sleep right next to you proves that they truly honor you as their most trusted pack leader. When they are by your side, their nervous system is finally allowed to completely turn off its defense mode. Here is my advice for you. If you really do not want your dog sleeping on your bed for hygiene reasons, please do not yell at them or harshly push them out of the room. Instead, just place a small, cozy bed right next to yours, perfectly within their line of sight. Simply being able to see you the very moment they wake up is the absolute best natural sedative for your furry friend. 2. Psychological therapy through your scent. Have you ever noticed that your dog often buries their nose deeply into your pillow, lies directly on top of the blanket you are using, or even holds a corner of your shirt in their mouth while sleeping? That is not a destructive behavior at all. It is actually an incredibly delicate self-soothing mechanism. In 2015, a groundbreaking study using brain scanners from Emory University discovered something truly magical. When a dog smells their owner's scent, the reward and pleasure center in their brain lights up far more intensely than it does for any smell of food. Your bed is exactly the place that holds your concentrated scent the most. For your dog, burying themselves in your blanket is just like bathing in a healing therapy called love. It helps them completely wash away all of their daily anxieties. Here is my advice for you. Whenever you have to travel far from home for work, or if you just need your dog to sleep out in the living room, please leave them an unwashed t-shirt that you have recently worn. That profoundly familiar scent will act as an invisible pair of arms, warmly embracing them throughout the long night. If you are starting to truly understand the silent messages of love your furry friend sends you every single night, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support is a massive motivation for us to continue decoding the beautiful world of dogs. And please do not leave just yet, because our next point will reveal exactly why your dog always chooses to sleep right at your feet. 3. Positioning tactics to act as an early warning system. Many dogs have a curious habit of not lying directly beside you. Instead, they choose the foot of the bed or even lie right across the bedroom doorway. You might think they are just looking for a cooler spot to sleep, but the reality is far more complex and heroic than that. According to a report from the Dog Behavior Institute in 2021, up to 60% of dogs who sleep with their owners choose to stay at the very end of the bed. This is not a random choice. In the pack mindset, the foot of the bed, or the area facing the door, is a strategic observation point. From this exact position, they act as a living shield in an early warning system. They can easily detect any strange noises or potential threats entering the room, all just to keep you protected while you are at your most vulnerable. Here is my advice for you. Please try to understand this deep protective instinct. If you notice them suddenly lifting their head in the middle of the night, ears pricking up to listen to the surroundings before slowly laying back down, do not get annoyed or scold them. Instead, give them a very gentle pat and whisper a quick thank you. Let them know that the area is safe and that they have done their job so they can finally get back to their own rest. 4. Seeking the safe warmth of their early childhood. Have you ever noticed your dog insisting on pressing their back firmly against yours or resting their head directly on your feet before they finally close their eyes? This clinging behavior is actually a deep biological longing for the safest moments of their early life. Back in 2018, experts at the University of Bristol pointed out that physical contact provides a sense of absolute security, helping to reduce anxiety in dogs by up to 35%. When your dog presses their body against you, they are seeking that familiar physical warmth and protection. It perfectly mimics the sensation they felt as tiny, blind puppies, snuggling deep into their mother's belly. You are not just their owner, you have become their second mother, providing a peace that they cannot find anywhere else. Here is my advice for you. When your dog tries to press against you, please give them a little space and do not push them away. The touch and warmth from your body is the most sacred bond you share. It is the very thing that helps them soothe their invisible fears. 5. The synchronization of intuition and emotional energy. Have you ever spent a night tossing and turning, unable to sleep, only to realize that your dog is wide awake too, staring at you or gently licking your hand? They were not woken up by noise. They were woken up by your own inner restlessness. Scientists at the Mayo Clinic in 2020 conducted research on the phenomenon of co-sleeping between humans and dogs. The results showed that dogs have an incredibly sharp intuition when it comes to chemical changes in the human body. If you are having a nightmare or experiencing extreme stress, your sweat odor and your energy levels actually shift. Your dog senses these waves of anxiety immediately and wakes up just to check if you're okay. Their sleep is perfectly synchronized with your mental state. Here is my advice for you. On those nights when life feels heavy and you cannot sleep, just reach out and place your hand gently on your dog's back. Give them very slow, rhythmic strokes. Their quiet, steady presence is the most natural spiritual medicine to help you push away your worries and finally drift into a peaceful sleep. 6. Forcing themselves to change their natural biological rhythm just to be by your side. This is the final truth, and it is perhaps the greatest sacrifice your dog makes every single night without you ever knowing. We often assume that dogs sleep for 8 hours straight until morning, just like humans do. But in reality, this completely goes against their biological instincts. In 2022, an in-depth study from Cambridge University pointed out that dogs carry the genes of wild animals, and their natural sleep structure is actually polyphasic. This means they naturally feel a deep urge to wake up repeatedly throughout the night to move around, patrol, sniff, and explore their environment. However, when they are allowed to sleep in bed with a human, dogs actively suppress this natural instinct by up to 70%. They try their best to hold their bladder and force their bodies to lie perfectly still in one spot, giving up their primal desire to move for one simple reason. They do not want to wake you up. They willingly discard the lifestyle of a wild species and mold their entire biological rhythm to match a human perfectly. This level of tolerance and unconditional love is so immense that it is almost impossible for us to measure. Here is my advice for you. The next time the morning sun shines into your room and your dog stretches to wake up, wagging their tail happily and licking your face, please take a few seconds to truly hold them. Understand that to give you a full, peaceful night of rest in your arms, they had to set aside their entire nature. Loving a dog is about so much more than just opening your door or sharing a warm corner of your blanket. True love is rooted in understanding and humility. It is the humility to recognize that behind that furry, adorable creature is a complex mind, a silent sacrifice, and a greatness of heart that never asks for anything in return. When your dog chooses to sleep beside you, They are doing far more than just looking for a place to rest their head. They are placing their very life in your hands during their most vulnerable moments. They use your scent to soothe their deepest fears. They use their own bodies as a shield to protect you. And they even alter their own biological clocks just to stay by your side through the long night. So tonight, where does your dog usually settle on your familiar bed? Do they press firmly against your back, curl up right on top of the covers, or stay loyally at your feet? Please share your wonderful stories with us in the comments below. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel so we can continue building the most beautiful relationships between humans and dogs together. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.